So I'm replacing the power steering fluid of my car, 1.6 HDI Peugeot Partner. So I'm replacing the power steering fluid. So what you really need to have, and it's a very simple method, it's everywhere around, so I'm doing it anyway, so I decided to film it. So you need a turkey baster in order to pull out the fluid from the reservoir. You need something to measure how much you've pulled out. Well, you don't really need it to, but it's good to have to see how much you've pulled out. You need a funnel to pour in the power steering fluid. So you need quite a bit of tissue, wrap it around so not really to spill power steering fluid. And of course you really need power steering fluid for your vehicle. So this is Gulf ATF DX3 for my car. So this is a automatic transmission fluid, but that is for power steering fluid as well. That's at the back. So I've got 3 liters of those. So my reservoir, the capacity is roughly about 1 liter. So I'll do this 3 times, and probably more than 90% of the power steering fluid will be renewed. And this is a very simple method, so you don't really need to undo quite a lot of parts in the car. An additional thing that you need is to put something underneath the wheel. So I've put a MDF panel and nylon underneath, so because you need to rotate, well, I would need to rotate the wheels from lock to lock about 10 times, so this really smooths and you don't reduce the thread, and it's much easier on the power steering pump. So first open the cap and wrap around quite a bit of tissue around because you don't want power steering fluid dripping all around. First of all is to assess really what's the condition of the power steering fluid. So I have this small thing just to, and a small of toilet paper tissue just to pull a bit of what it should look like a brand new power steering fluid. So this is really the brand new power steering fluid. It's pretty red. In the camera it's a bit orangey, but it's red. It's quite nice. So now to see what's the condition of my power steering fluid. Yeah, it's pretty much black, and if you smell it, it actually smells of burnt. So if this really, I haven't really replaced this for quite a long time, if it smells of burnt, kind of is burnt, so it definitely needs replacing. So what one really needs to do is basically draw as much as you can from the fluid up to you can't draw anymore from the old fluid, transfer it in container, then top it up to the max level, and then close the cap, start the engine, put the wheels lock to lock 10 times, turn it off, then draw it again, renew it, and that really will ensure that roughly even more than 90% of the oil fluid has been renewed. So starting this, so basically you draw it, be careful not to spill. So I've managed to pull out almost exactly 1 liter of fluid. I mean, I'm not too sure if the camera can quite catch it, but it's nearly empty. There might be a bit of a few drops here and there. So now to fill it up to the max, which is about there. That's my level. It says min and max. So one nice thing is to fill it up. I'm using a slightly bigger funnel. The fluid is fairly close to the top, so basically almost the whole bottle. Let me see if I will spill something. to, I mean, can't quite see, but it's just above the max level. So next is to remove this and close it up. Start the car and lock wheel to wheel 10 times. Well, next is really to do this 2 more times, and that's it. The fluid is probably about, you have to do some calculations, but probably about 95% renewed, and this is pretty much good. So I'll do this 2 more times, and that's it. Hopefully that's useful to someone. Please subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment sections. Thank you very much for watching.